Hello, dear soul. Today, the angels have a special message for you, something that will touch your heart in an unexpected way. There is a person who, when speaking about you, couldn't hold back their emotions. Yes, this person opened their heart to someone, and in the middle of the conversation, tears flowed. This is not by chance. It is a profound sign that something much greater is happening behind the scenes of your life. This message from the angels reveals more about what is to come. From the moment this person opened their heart to someone and got emotional talking about you, the angels began to reveal something very deep. This gesture, which may seem simple at first glance, carries much greater meaning. Imagine how much this person held these feelings, the weight of unspoken words, and the internal conflict of trying to move on while something inside them pulled them back. This opening of the heart was not just any outburst. It was like a dam that, after holding back the waters for so long, finally broke. And along with this release came a torrent of emotions that they could no longer contain. Before continuing the message, write in the comments, "I claim it." Now, continuing the message many times, this person tried to maintain an appearance that everything was under control, that the feelings for you were a thing of the past. But at that specific moment when talking about you, something changed. It was as if a veil had been lifted from their eyes, and they finally saw the depth of what they had lost. The words came out of their mouth with such emotional weight that the tears could no longer be held back. And these tears were not of weakness, but of an inescapable truth that was being revealed not only to the person they were talking to, but also to themselves. The angels were present at that moment. They guided this conversation divinely, knowing that it was necessary for this person to confront their own feelings. And by opening their heart, they not only admitted the longing they feel, but also recognized how much they underestimated what you had. Perhaps, for a long time, they lived in constant denial, believing they could move forward without looking back. But the angels are here to say that, by talking about you, something inside them changed profoundly. It's as if this person's heart has awakened to a new understanding of their own emotions. This conversation, this opening, was not with just anyone. Spirituality knows to whom we entrust our most intimate secrets. The person they spoke with was someone of extreme trust, someone who could listen and, more importantly, embrace these emotions with empathy. By talking about you, this person sought a connection with the other side, with what was still unresolved. Perhaps, in this moment of vulnerability, they realized how much they still love you, how much the moments shared between you continue to resonate within them. They got emotional because they finally allowed themselves to feel what they had been trying to suppress for so long. It's important to remember that this emotional opening doesn't happen randomly. The universe, guided by angels, prepares the right moment for these revelations to occur. And on that day, when this person talked about you, the environment was filled with spiritual energy. The angels were there, guiding every word, every tear, every emotion. This outburst was necessary for this person to begin to understand that they can no longer ignore what they feel. And the truth is, by talking about you, they began a healing process. The angels are helping this person understand that what you shared was not in vain, that there is something deep that still needs to be resolved. This person, who may have hurt you or walked away unexpectedly, is now beginning to realize the weight of their choices. Regret is present, and the angels reveal that this person's heart is full of longing. But it's not just a longing for the happy moments. It's a longing for who they were by your side. They miss the connection you had, the emotional support you offered, and now they are beginning to understand how valuable that was. By talking about you, this person faced a truth that can no longer be ignored. You left a deep and unique mark on their life. The angels bring this message to tell you that, at this moment, this person is being touched by a greater force. They are being called to reflect on their actions and understand that, until they resolve what they feel for you, this weight will continue in their heart. This opening of the heart was just the first step. The angels are working for this person to find the clarity they so desperately need. And this clarity involves admitting to themselves that, regardless of what happened between you, there is still something strong within them that connects them to you. They may have tried to move on, but the angels are showing that some connections are too deep to be ignored. By talking about you, this person began an internal reconciliation process, and this is just the beginning of a spiritual journey of healing and understanding. The angels want you to know that this person is going through a moment of transformation. This outburst, these tears, are signs that something is changing. This person's heart is opening, and with that comes the possibility of a reconnection. Not necessarily a physical reconnection, but an emotional and spiritual reconnection, where they finally begin to understand the value you had, and still have, in their life. This person, by talking about you, was not just lamenting. They were trying to understand their own feelings. And the angels were there, guiding this process, bringing to light the emotions they had tried to bury for so long. From this moment on, this person will no longer be able to deny the impact you had. The tears they shed were a reflection of a heart that is learning to heal, and the angels are by their side, helping them find their way back to peace. When this person started talking about you, something very profound was triggered within them. For so long, they repressed the feelings they carried, trying to move on. But now reality has imposed itself in an inescapable way. By opening up to someone they trust, something inside them broke. Not in a negative sense, but like a barrier that fell apart. It was as if they had been holding back a storm of emotions for too long, and by mentioning your name, they could no longer contain what they felt. Now, before we continue this message, write in the comments, 1111 to claim. The angels are revealing that this person, by talking about you, experienced a moment of pure vulnerability. It was as if, for the first time, they allowed themselves to feel the weight of your absence. The words they spoke were laden with emotions that had been dormant for a long time. During this conversation, they realized something they had been avoiding. The space you occupy in their life has never been filled. No matter how much they tried to replace, forget, or move on, the truth is that you left a mark that remains alive in their heart. This person has gone through many situations since you parted ways. Maybe they sought new paths, other relationships, or even tried to distract themselves with things that didn't really matter. But now, the angels are showing that, by talking about you, they were confronted with the reality that they found nothing that could replace what you had. The emotional shock was so great that they couldn't avoid getting emotional. The tears that fell were the result of a silent pain they had been carrying, a pain they perhaps didn't even understand until that moment. And it wasn't just about the longing that this person spoke. The angels reveal that they also faced an uncomfortable truth: regret. Yes, there is deep regret for what was said, for what was done, or, in many cases, for what was not said. This person realized they had opportunities to act differently, to value more what you shared, but for some reason, they let it slip. And now, reflecting on all of this, they see how much these missed opportunities weigh on their heart. By getting emotional talking about you, this person also revealed something they might have hidden from themselves for a long time. Fear. The fear of never finding someone like you again. The fear that the connection you had was unique and irreplaceable. And above all, the fear that, even if they tried, they wouldn't be able to recover what was lost. This fear was what led them to remain silent for so long, to pretend that everything was fine when, in fact, their heart was broken. The angels are showing that this person now finds themselves at a turning point in their life. By talking about you and allowing themselves to feel, they opened a door inside themselves that had been locked for a long time. And as painful as it was, this moment was necessary for them to start understanding what is really happening in their heart. The emotion that took over them was a reflection of the depth of the feelings they still carry for you. This regret, this longing, and this fear are part of a spiritual awakening process that the angels are guiding. They are helping this person to see beyond appearances, to look within and confront the truths they have been trying to avoid. And now, faced with all these emotions, they are beginning to realize that they need to do something about it. The angels are leading this person on a path of self-understanding, and with that, the possibility of healing begins to emerge. But this healing will not be quick or easy. The angels want you to know that, although this person took the first step by talking about you, there is still a long way to go. The emotional transformation they are facing requires time, reflection, and above all, courage to admit the truths they have spent so long denying. This person, by opening up, demonstrated a vulnerability that they had previously kept hidden, and this is the first sign that something is changing within them. The angels are by your side too, guiding you through this emotional journey. They know that you might have gone through a lot of suffering because of this person, and that, like them, you also carry your scars. However, they want you to know that this connection still has a greater purpose. Even if things don't resolve immediately, there is a spiritual reason for everything that is happening. The angels are asking for your patience and trust, as the healing and understanding process that is underway is deep and significant. This person, by talking about you, began to unlock parts of themselves that were closed. What comes next depends on how they will deal with these revelations. The angels are showing that now that the door has been opened, there is no turning back. What was said, what was felt, all of this is part of a new chapter in this person's life. And while they process everything that is happening, the angels are protecting and guiding you so that you also find the peace and understanding you seek. You should know that this person, even without realizing it, is being guided by the angels on a path of self-discovery. This emotional process that began by talking about you is just the beginning of a much larger journey. And the angels want you to know that, regardless of how things unfold from here, you are being guided and protected. The connection you have is special, and the angels are working for both you and this person to find the right path to healing. Now that this person has opened up and let their emotions show, something inside them has begun to change. The truth they had been avoiding, the one they insisted on sweeping under the rug, is becoming clearer. And the angels are intensely involved in this process. They are acting silently, but powerfully, so that this person finally understands what it means to have lost you, or what it meant for them not to have given the necessary value to what you lived. What this person shared in this emotionally charged conversation goes far beyond simple words. By talking about you, they not only recalled the moments you shared, but also brought to the surface the feelings of pain and regret that consumed them so much. Perhaps, at that moment, they spoke about a mistake, a wrong choice, an unthinking attitude that drove them away from you. And now, by remembering all of this, the emotions are so intense that they can no longer hide what is happening in their heart. Before continuing the message, it is essential that you take this moment to subscribe to the channel, if you haven't done so already. Each message we send can be the key you are looking for, and we cannot guarantee that you will have another opportunity to receive these insights again. Your subscription allows us to continue bringing deep and transformative content, especially for those who really need it. Now, let's continue with the message. The angels show that this regret is genuine. This person now realizes that by trying to move on, they were actually just running away from their own feelings. For a long time, they thought they could bury what they felt, that new experiences would fill the void you left. But by talking about you, it became clear that nothing filled that space. No distraction, relationship, or achievement was enough to erase the impact you had on their life. The angels want you to know that this person is now facing this truth head-on, and this is something that is transforming them deeply. And it wasn't just the regret that emerged during this conversation. By talking about you, this person also recognized the pain they felt in losing you or in moving away. It's as if, at that moment, everything they tried to deny came to the surface all at once. Losing you was not just the loss of a relationship, a friendship, or any connection. It was the loss of something they realized, too late, was irreplaceable. and that's why the emotions took over. This person couldn't hold back the tears because, by talking about you, they understood that the impact of your absence was much greater than they could have imagined. The angels reveal that throughout this emotional journey, this person began to realize how important you were for their growth. Perhaps during the time you were together, they couldn't see this clearly. Often, it takes time to understand the role people play in our lives. And now, by talking about you, they realized that what you shared was much deeper than a simple emotional bond. It was a lesson, a life experience that changed their perspective in a definitive way. This awakening is not easy. The angels show that this person is going through a painful internal process. They are revisiting their decisions, rethinking their attitudes, and above all, recognizing the moments when they could have acted differently. Each memory they revisit takes them to a new layer of understanding about themselves and what they lost. And this process, as painful as it is essential for their transformation. The angels are guiding every step of this path, helping them find the clarity and peace they so desperately need. However, the angels want you to know that this transformation will not be immediate. This is just the beginning. The emotion they felt by talking about you was like a spark that ignited something within them. But for this flame to turn into light, it will take time, reflection, and above all, acceptance. Acceptance of what happened, of what was lost, and of what can still be recovered. The angels are working for this person to find the right path, but it is important that you also understand that this journey is theirs. You did your part, and now it's up to them to follow this path of healing and redemption. Meanwhile, the angels are by your side, protecting and strengthening you. They want you to know that although this person is going through this process, you are also on a path of growth and self-discovery. What you lived, whether in the past or more recently, was not in vain. Everything has a greater purpose, and the angels are ensuring that this purpose is fulfilled, both for you and for this person. The emotion they felt by talking about you was the first sign that something is changing. The angels are showing that this internal change that began within them may lead to a new chapter in their life. But this new chapter depends on how they will deal with their feelings from now on. The emotional opening that happened by talking about you was an awakening, and the angels are guiding this person so they can see what really matters and what they should do next. This person, upon recalling the moments they lived by your side, couldn't help but feel longing. Longing for the good moments, the smiles, the deep conversations, but also longing for the version of themselves that existed when they were with you. The angels show that by talking about you, they realized that, in a way, they lost a part of themselves when you parted ways. And now, this loss is felt with even more intensity because they are finally allowing themselves to face what really happened. But the angels are here to tell you that this longing, this regret, does not mean you need to go back to the past. What you lived was important, but what matters now is what both of you will do with these emotions. This person is at the beginning of a deep transformation, and the angels are guiding them to understand what needs to be done. But you are also being guided to move forward, with or without them, according to what is best for your soul. The angels are working for them to understand the real impact you had on their life. By opening their heart and getting emotional, they took the first step in a healing process that will be long but necessary. This person went through an internal journey full of denial, trying to ignore or minimize what they felt, but now, with the help of spirituality, they are facing the truth. The angels show that by talking about you, this person experienced a sense of relief, but also despair. Relief, because they finally expressed what they had been trying to hide for so long. Despair, because by doing so, they realized how much they lost, how valuable you were in their life, and how much this still affects them. They realize that the emptiness they feel is not something that can be easily filled, as the connection between you was much stronger than they allowed themselves to admit. And it wasn't just the longing that hit them at that moment. The regret they felt was like a shadow that took over their heart. The angels reveal that this person is beginning to realize the moments when they could have made different choices, when they could have valued you more, when they could have shown more clearly how important you were. But at that moment, caught up in their own fears, insecurities, or distractions, they let you slip away. Now, by revisiting these feelings, the pain of regret is intense. The angels are telling you that this person is going through a process of deep reflection. They constantly ask themselves how things could have been different if they had acted otherwise. And in this process, they are being guided to understand that, although the past cannot be changed, there are lessons to be learned. Spirituality is helping this person see that what happened between you was not a mistake, but an opportunity for growth. However, the price of that growth was high, and they are beginning to feel the weight of the consequences of their actions. This regret also brings with it a desire to fix things. The angels are showing that this person, by talking about you, felt an almost desperate need to correct what was lost. They know it may be too late, that perhaps the words spoken or the actions taken have created a barrier that cannot be undone. But even so, the desire to try in some way to reconnect with you is something that spirituality is placing in their heart. The angels are guiding this person to understand that before any external reconciliation, they need to reconcile with themselves. The healing process, both for them and for you, begins the moment the truth is accepted. The angels want you to know that this person is slowly walking towards this acceptance. They are beginning to understand that until they face what they feel for you, they will not be able to find peace. This is a painful process because it requires them to confront their own flaws and imperfections. The angels are helping this person recognize that despite all the mistakes, there is still an opportunity for healing, whether that is in a reconciliation with you or at least in finding peace within themselves. The angels are also protecting you. They know that upon hearing this, you may be feeling a mix of emotions, perhaps relief in knowing that this person is finally understanding what you always knew, but also sadness for everything that was lost along the way. They are by your side to ensure that, regardless of how things unfold, you are guided to the path of peace and happiness. It's important for you to know that this person, by getting emotional when talking about you, is only at the beginning of their journey. The angels reveal that the regret they feel is a call for internal transformation. They need to go through this process of self-discovery to understand what really happened between you, and more importantly, to recognize what they need to change within themselves. This is a crucial moment, and spirituality is intensely present, helping them find the right path. And what about you? The angels want you to focus on your own path. You did what you could, gave what you had to give, and now the process is in this person's hands. They are asking you to trust the flow of life and understand that sometimes we need to let go for something greater to manifest. The fact that this person is reflecting on you, feeling regret and longing, does not mean that everything will be resolved overnight. The angels are asking for your patience, as the healing process, both for them and for you, is still ongoing. However, they also want you to know that, regardless of what happens, you are being guided to a place of peace and clarity. The emotion this person felt by talking about you was the first step in a long journey of understanding and reconciliation, but this journey does not define your destiny. The angels are protecting you so that you follow your path with confidence, knowing that in the end, everything will be fine. This person, by opening their heart and talking about you, began to heal a wound they themselves created. But the angels want you to understand that this healing is a process that depends on them, not you. You did your part. Now is the time to move forward, trusting that if there is to be a reconciliation, it will happen at the right time, guided by spirituality. The angels are by your side, encouraging you to live your life fully, without waiting for this person to resolve their own conflicts. They are telling you to focus on your own journey because that is what will bring the true peace you seek. When someone gets emotional talking about another person, especially with the depth this person felt when mentioning you, it's because there are open wounds that need to be healed. And at this moment, the angels are guiding this person to confront these wounds, to face their choices, and to recognize the weight of regret. By reflecting on what was said, this person begins to realize that life could have been different if they had made better decisions. Spirituality is working for them to understand that by choosing to ignore what they felt for you, they were actually moving away from an essential part of themselves. The angels reveal that the connection between you was not just something fleeting, but something that deeply touched both of your souls. And that's why the regret this person feels now is so intense and difficult to deal with. The angels are helping this person understand that although the past cannot be changed, the lessons that arise from it are fundamental. This person, by opening up and talking about you, began to recognize that their choices led them down a path of emotional loneliness. They may have sought distractions or even new relationships, but nothing filled the void you left. By realizing this, the weight of guilt becomes even deeper, and the angels are revealing that this feeling of regret is transforming this person's heart. By talking about you, this person was confronted with the truth that the choices they made were not just a consequence of fear or insecurity, but also of a lack of appreciation for what you had. And now, by revisiting these memories, they feel that they lost something invaluable. Spirituality is working for them to understand that regret is just the first step. For there to be a true transformation, it is necessary for this person to forgive themselves and reconcile with what happened. And this process of forgiveness is not simple. The angels are telling you that just as they are dealing with the consequences of their choices, you are also being called to face your own emotions. What you lived together left deep marks, and the angels recognize that you may also be dealing with feelings of pain and hurt. But they want you to know that this is a moment of healing for both of you. The emotion that this person felt by talking about you is a reflection of everything that is still pending between you, and the angels are here to help you process it. This person, by remembering you, began to realize how much the small choices they made, day after day, contributed to the distance between you. Perhaps they allowed themselves to be influenced by external factors or acted out of fear of emotional commitment. Regardless of what motivated their actions, now looking back, they clearly see the impact of these choices. And the angels show that by getting emotional when talking about you, this person is realizing that what you had was rare, something they may never find again. The angels are bringing these emotions to the surface because they know that without this recognition, this person will never be able to truly move forward. By talking about you, they opened a door to their own healing, and spirituality is guiding every step of this process. But it's important to remember that this journey is theirs. Although they are going through this awakening, the angels want you to know that your life should not be put on hold waiting for them. They are asking you to keep walking, knowing that you are also in a process of transformation. The angels are revealing that this person, by revisiting the past, is beginning to understand how important you were in their life. And more than that, they are realizing how much you made them grow, even if they were not able to recognize it at the time. This is a truth that the angels are placing in their heart. The connection between you was more than just a relationship or friendship. It was a spiritual and emotional growth experience that shaped both of you in profound ways. But this person now faces a dilemma. The angels show that by talking about you, they not only recognized their own mistakes, but also began to question whether there is still time to fix things. Can what was lost be recovered? Would you still be willing to forgive them, to give a second chance? These are questions that are weighing on their heart, and the angels are guiding this person to find the answers, but without haste. This is a process that requires patience, reflection, and above all, honesty with themselves. On the other hand, the angels want you to focus on your own journey. Spirituality is telling you that regardless of how this person deals with their emotions, what matters now is your own growth. You did what you could, offered what you had best, And now it is time to trust that the angels are guiding the situation for the greater good. If this person is meant to be part of your path in the future, it will be because they have done the necessary work to transform themselves. But if not, know that the angels are preparing something even more magnificent for you. By talking about you, this person began to realize the value of the little things they may not have appreciated before. They realized that the moments you shared, no matter how small, left a deep mark on their soul. The angels reveal that this person is going through an awakening, and part of this awakening is understanding that what you had was unique. And although regret is painful, it is also the catalyst for an internal transformation. The angels are guiding you so that, like this person, you also find peace within yourself. They want you to know that no matter how much this person is feeling the impact of what they lost, you don't need to carry that burden. Your journey is yours, and the angels are by your side to ensure that, regardless of what happens, you continue to grow, evolve, and find the happiness you deserve. The regret, which once seemed an unbearable weight, begins to transform into a kind of deep learning. The person is beginning to understand that even though they failed in many moments, the experience they shared with you left important marks on their soul. The angels are helping them accept these lessons and use them to grow. By talking about you and getting emotional, this person was not just venting, but allowing the layers of denial to be removed one by one. And as this happens, the angels are bringing clarity to their mind. They realize that they tried to live a life without confronting the pain of losing you or not having valued you enough. They tried to distract themselves with other things, other people, but nothing was able to fill the void you left. Now the angels are helping this person understand that there is no point in running away from emotions because they always find a way to return. And at the same time that this person recognizes the emptiness that your absence left, they also face the depth of their own feelings, something they may never have admitted even to themselves. The angels are revealing that by talking about you, they began to recognize that no matter how much they tried to move on, a part of them was always connected to you. They may have resisted this truth for a long time, but now, with spiritual help, they are beginning to accept what the heart has known for a long time. In this process of acceptance, the angels are also guiding this person to reflect on what really matters in life. What you lived was not in vain, and they are beginning to understand the value of every moment, every conversation, every laugh you shared. By remembering all of this, they realize that by losing you, they didn't just lose someone they loved, but they lost a part of themselves, a part they may never fully recover. The angels are revealing this truth to them because they know that without this recognition, there will be no healing. But this healing is possible. The angels are showing that as painful as this process is, it is essential for this person's spiritual growth. They need to go through this pain to understand who they are, what they really desire, and above all, what they lost by letting you go. This is the path to transformation, and the angels are working tirelessly to guide them through this process. However, they also remind you that this transformation is not something you can accelerate or control. It is something that needs to happen at the right time, in the right way. By talking about you, this person opened a door within themselves, a door that was previously closed by fear or pride. And now, with this door open, they are beginning to see things more clearly. The angels show that as they revisit the moments you lived together, a deep sense of gratitude begins to emerge. Gratitude for having known you, for having shared so many special moments, and for having learned so much from you. Even though regret is still strong, this gratitude begins to balance the emotions, allowing them to see the situation in a more mature way. This recognition of gratitude is an important step in their healing journey. The angels are revealing that this person, by feeling grateful for you, is beginning to understand that regardless of what the future brings, what you lived was valuable. And this understanding brings with it relief, a sense of peace they haven't experienced in a long time. The angels are showing you that even though they still have a long way to go, This moment of gratitude is a sign that things are moving in the right direction. On the other hand, the angels are also taking care of you. They know you might be wondering what all this means for your life, if this person will return, if there will be a reconciliation, or if all this is just a closure of a cycle. They are asking you to trust. Trust the process, trust divine timing, and above all, trust that what is reserved for you will be the best. They want you to know that no matter how much this person is dealing with their feelings, your happiness does not depend on their decisions. Spirituality is guiding you so that you find peace within yourself, regardless of what the future brings. This person, by talking about you, also realized something important: that you were a presence that brought light to their life. The angels are revealing that even in moments of difficulty, you were a source of support and inspiration for this person. And now, reflecting on everything you lived, they realize that this light still shines in their memory. They miss not only you, but what you brought to their life: the joy, the comfort, the security. The angels are helping them recognize that no matter how much they tried to move on, nothing was able to replace that. And by recognizing this truth, this person faces the greatest of questions: what to do now? The angels are telling you that this question is in their heart, and they still don't know the answer. They know that the way back to you, if it exists, will be difficult. They know they will need to face their own mistakes and fears, and that perhaps time has created barriers that cannot be overcome. But at the same time, the angels are showing that there is a seed of hope growing within them. A hope that somehow you can find a way to reconnect, whether in a new relationship or at least in an emotional peace between you. However, the angels also want you to understand that whatever the outcome, you are being guided to a future of peace and fulfillment. They are asking you to focus on the present, to continue growing and evolving, regardless of what this person does. Their journey is theirs, and yours is yours. But the angels are showing that one way or another, there is a resolution on the horizon. A resolution that will bring clarity, peace, and above all, a sense that everything happened exactly as it should. If this message resonated with you and your situation, write in the comments, "I accept the transformation of forgiveness." Share your experiences in the comments. If you liked this video, like and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.